Good morning, adventurers, and welcome to That Morning Joe Hiking Show. I'm Sir Corey.
And I'm Sir Gozalon.
And we're your hosts for this morning. So rekindle last night's fire and pour you a nice hot cup of Joe and sit around the campfire as we give you the only news that matters out on the trail. We could all use a good motivation in the morning, and I'm going to start today's motivation off with this quote. Lovely days don't come to you, you must hike to them. See, nothing good in this life just comes to you. You have to go grab the bull by the horns, by the balls if you have to, and get out of that bed, get off that couch, get on that trail, hike those miles, go to that job interview, do whatever you have to do, but just get it done. So, everyone, with that all being said, welcome to That Morning Joe Hiking Show. What is this show exactly? What is it about? How often can you expect it? And what kind of content are we going to be doing? Well, we got together one day and decided that we want a news show that's all about backpacking, all about hiking, things that really matter for people like us, people like you out on the trail. And if you're it doesn't matter if you're backpacking 20 miles, the Appalachian Trail through hike, or if you're just going out for a nice day hike, or you're just going for a nice sightseeing trip at one of the state parks. We've got you covered. We're going to be talking about gear. We're going to be talking about new tech. We're going to be talking about trail closures and certain things going on at the park, as well as wildlife and some plant life as well.
Whatever's in the news about nature, or hiking, or the national parks. You know, all things outdoors.
If you subscribe to our Knights of the Trail YouTube show, we have this as a playlist, and you can watch the video version there. And we're also going to be uploading an audio-only podcast version to iTunes, SoundCloud, and some others. And we'll keep you posted on which ones we end up...
Yeah. That way, if you don't want to look at our ugly faces, you don't have to.
Exactly. If you're on a drive or commute...
You just want to listen.
If you want to save it and download it to where you can listen to it while you're out on the trail, you can listen to us then as well. So, we're going to be doing this in the mornings, bi-weekly, and we want to make this as if we're out there on the trail with you, that we're all gathered around a fire, and we're just kind of talking about the important stuff.
That's what we're going to be doing.
All right, well, let's kick this off with animal news. You say you have some news? You say you...
need music.
So there's a topic that we want to discuss today, and
yes.
It's black bears and people getting too close.
Yeah, we want to talk to you about how, especially at Gatlinburg, Smoky Mountains National Park, or any other park that has bears, stop feeding them, please, because they are dying needlessly because you all just keep feeding them.
You're murdering bears.
They are murdering bears. That's exactly what they're doing. Every time you leave food behind and it gets used to eating our food, it means it will like it, it will smell it, and it will come near it. And if it comes near food, some people don't run away and try to fight the bear off, and then that bear bites them, and then the bear gets killed, not the moron who decided to fight off the bear over a sandwich.
Exactly. And did you hear about the news about the guy in the parking lot who the mama bear was just crossing the road with its little babies and minding its own business, and this guy has to go up there and start like messing around with its cubs and stuff?
Why did the black bear cross the road? It wasn't to get its picture taken, I promise. Exactly.
And this guy goes over there and just will not leave the bear alone until the bear finally does what's called a bluff charge, goes after it, runs up to him, and swats the ground with its paws. But it immediately backs off. It's just saying, hey,
yeah,
stay away from my kids.
I see a bear going, I don't want my picture taken, and just swats that phone right out of his hand.
Exactly. We're going to leave a link to that video. We're going to leave a link to that video in the description down below. Also, Any animal would do that. A deer would probably do that.
Well, deer are a lot more skittish, but if you are at a corner, a female or a male, they will attack you.
And
those hooves are hard as rocks, man.
Oh yeah, they're sharp as razor blades too. And don't think a deer can't kill you, because it can.
Oh yeah, especially the males with antlers. Oh man,
exactly,
they can stab you with that stuff.
So the point is, be bear aware, especially with black bears.
Yeah.
Leave them alone. View their beauty from afar, but don't get up in their business. Because anybody, even a human, be like, "Hey, back away from my kids, creep."
Yeah, exactly.
So don't be a creep.
One of the first things we're going to talk about today is maybe you all have seen it in the news. Maybe you haven't. I don't know. It has made its way all the way to CNN. I saw it a week or so ago before it even made it there. It's sort of plant-based, but not. It's called the Blob. It's a yellow blob. I don't know if maybe if you haven't heard about it, then stay tuned, because this is pretty interesting stuff. This blob thing, it says here that the slime mold, which is known officially as, not even going to try to say the scientific term, but it basically means the many-headed slime. It's neither a plant, an animal, or a fungus.
It's alien.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have two sexes either, male or female. It has 720 sexes. And it can also be split into different organisms and then fused back together, according to a press release from the zoological park. Now, the first time this was discovered was even before I was born. Either one of us was even thought of. This first showed up in Texas in May of 1973. And by some woman, it was in her backyard, and it was a rapidly expanding yellow blob. This thing, and it grows about 4 centimeters a day. Also, it's otherworldly, it's extraterrestrial appearance. The blob became a brief media sensation, but then it died, and nobody really thought about it a whole lot. And it died just as quickly as it showed up. And then in 2016, scientists started looking at it again, and they're getting ready to debut it. I know it's not here, but they're going to debut it in a Paris zoo. But this is something it's just a slime mode. It's dwelling on the forest floors, and its favorite food is one of my favorite foods. Its favorite food to eat, it makes it grow quicker, is oatmeal. Oatmeal. It likes oatmeal. So it can't be too bad.
It's heart healthy.
It likes to eat. Yeah, it's heart healthy, yeah. Once it has reached a certain size, it's grafted onto tree bark, which it fed on, and placed in a terrarium where visitors could view it. So whatever it's on, it does act like the Blob. This is where the movie The Blob came from. They got it.
That's
from
where
this.
they got it from.
This is what they got it from,
dude. That's really interesting.
And because in the movie it eats away your flesh quick,
mm-hmm.
but in this it eats away at whatever it grows slowly. But it does eat away at it, even bark. But it loves oatmeal because that's the thing that speeds it up even quicker. So
right,
if you see it out in the woods, don't give it oatmeal because it does. It eats decayed trees.
Blob, would you like some oatmeal?
Well, it eats decayed trees, which is fine that are dead trees, but if it grows more and gets onto live trees, it will start killing.
So now I have some questions for you. Now, does it latch on to only plant life? Does it latch on to animals, mammals, or anything like that?
No, it is a plant-based eater.
Like, I wonder what would happen if you got it on you.
It can heal itself also. You cannot really kill it, almost. You have to kill it as an entirety. You cannot, because if it gets cut, it creeps along at 4 centimeters per hour. I'm sorry, not per day. 4 centimeters per hour.
That's still pretty quick.
That's pretty fast. Centimeters, And so this thing grows quicker than most other things out there. There are some plants out there that grow quicker. I've seen bamboo is one of the plants that grows extremely fast.
I wonder if it has any knowledge to it at all. Like, is it self-aware? Not really self-aware. That'd be a huge...
Well, they're doing all kinds of studies on it, but It can learn to ignore noxious substances and remember that behavior up to a year later.
Wow, that's
so it is
scary stuff.
smart for something that doesn't have a brain or no stomach, no organs of any kind.
That is scary.
Yeah, that's a creepy little...
I mean, what if you got it like on your finger accidentally when you dropped like your trail bar and then you got it on your finger and then you ingest it? Would it like eat you slowly from the inside out? But yeah, man, that's some creepy news. Everyone stay away from blobs out there in the woods.
Yellow
blobs.
Yellow blobs in the woods. Don't go near them.
All right. Probably arrived here on a meteor or something.
It could have.
Reminds me of that.
That's what it did in the movie.
Reminds me of Creep Show. Do you ever watch Creep Show?
Oh, yes. Creep Show 2, actually.
2, and he gets that stuff, Gordy.
Well, you're talking about... Okay, that's Creep Show 1. Creep Show 2 is the one where the stuff is in the lake, and it's like an oil slick, and it just goes around eating the people that are in the water. That's Creep Show 2.
No, he gets it on his fingers. Actually, Stephen King played the character.
Yes, that's Creep Show 1.
And, it just starts consuming him all over.
Speaking of Creep Show, it is back and on the channel Shudder.
Hey,
yeah, I've actually been wanting to check it out.
So if you guys want to watch something creepy while you're out on the trail, just save it to your phone and take it out with you. All right, so we're going to move on to the next section of the show, what I like to call Hiker of the Month. And in this section, we go through the YouTube channels and and news articles and everything, and we try to pick out the hiker that kind of stands out for the month. And from our criteria, we've picked out a guy. His name is Tony.
Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Tony. He has a channel on YouTube called Our World Outdoors that he has with his wife, Melissa. And they're actually really nice. They have all kinds of backpacking episodes. They've got cooking, dehydrator stuff, and they've got some do-it-yourself stuff. They're really into the living off the grid, solar panels, and trying to live cleanly for the environment.
I would love to do that.
So you definitely need to check them out. Also, Tony is he seems like a very kind person. He's very transparent about what goes on with his YouTube video, and he is definitely available to help anybody out on what's working, what's not working. He gives information. And he also is the orchestrator of the campfire cooking collaboration. And we cook up some of our most favorite dishes. Knights of the Trail and I are really proud and humbled to be a part of this second campfire collaboration, which is the breakfast edition, where I make what's called spud plugs.
Ooh, spud plugs.
It's just basically
not to be confused with.
Right, it's just a breakfast stuffed potato that you take a jumbo-sized potato, you fill it with an egg mixture, cheese, you can put bacon bits or ham, sausage in there, dehydrated sausage, of course.
And peppers and onions.
And peppers, onions, and that sort of thing. So if you're really interested in that, just go up through the Knights of the Trail playlist, and you'll find it at Nightly Meals, and also the playlist Collaboration. While you're there, make sure to check out all the other people that are involved in the collaboration, because they have some really awesome dishes, and I've seen them. They look pretty tasty to me, and help some fellow backpacker YouTubers out. So we kind of went in reverse here.
Ah, well, that's fine as long as we did it.
So the next section we're going to go into is backpacking, hiking, outdoor enthusiast gear / tech. And there's a new piece of tech that's out there in the form of an app, and I'm going to have Sir Cussalot talk about that.
Ooh. All right. The app that we're talking about, if y'all haven't heard of this is really cool. I am going to download it myself. I haven't yet, but I am going to. There is a new app that is only for iPhone right now, but it is coming to Android next year. It is an app that lets you hike the Appalachian Trail virtually. Now, not with the goggles, but what it does is it connects to your iPhone health app, because your iPhone has a speedometer in it, or stepometer. Stepometer.
Yeah.
And it lets you know where you are as you're walking around, no matter what you're doing on the Appalachian Trail. It doesn't matter if you're walking around the park, if you're on the treadmill, if you're just walking around work, you can start the Appalachian Trail on that app, and then it shows you where you are, and it will probably take you, if you do 10,000 steps a day, it'll take you around 440 days to walk the Appalachian Trail.
Oh, wow.
That's
So like
around a year and a half. Yeah, it's about around a year and a half, something like that, maybe even more. So it will take you a long time, but as you do it, you can see where you would be if you were actually walking the trail, the town and state that you are in. And you can use it to do other things than just the Appalachian Trail. You can pretend to walk from wherever you live, from New York to LA if you want, and all the stops along the way and where you would be and how long it takes, and it'll let you know when you're done. And you can check it, keep up with it. I just thought that was something really cool. I'm definitely going to add it onto my phone and give this thing a shot. And then we will probably talk about it more some other time, after I've used it for a little bit, but I am going to add it. So far, 2,000 people have hiked through the Appalachian Trail, using the app, which is close to the number of actual people who have hiked through the trail. 2,272 people have actually completed the Appalachian Trail. We hope to be 274 someday.
Yeah, right.
But, I mean, we really want to do that trail someday. Obviously, we're not saying that doing this app is anything like hiking through the Appalachian Trail, the ups and downs. Obviously, it's just a distance thing. You're obviously, because the roots and the rocks and things you got to step over.
And that sounds like a good starting place. Like, it gets you into the frame of mind of like, wow, this is how long it would actually take. It's something that can encourage you and even help you train for when you do decide to through hike the Appalachian Trail. You kind of get a sense of just how long this thing is.
Yeah, if you plan on doing it someday, I suggest getting this now. Real quick, though, what's the name of the app? The name of the app is called Walk the Distance.
Walk the Distance.
Walk the Distance is the name of the app. If you want to try it and check it out, hook up to your iPhone. Android, it said it's coming next year. So,
next year?
Yeah, next year. Be prepared for that because I'm excited. I want to download this probably today, actually, and give it a shot. And I'll talk about it some other time. And could probably even go into more detail after I've actually tried the daggone thing.
Oh, I'll be getting it next year. For sure.
He's got an Android, I got an iPhone.
And probably with any stepometers, it probably will not work on a treadmill or a bike or anything like that. So you'll probably need to be physically walking for it to be able to register.
Do they not register? Do stepometers not register?
No, because you're essentially staying in place.
That's true. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe if you're swinging your arms and holding your phone.
Or if you're jogging. If you're jogging on a treadmill, I would say it would pick it up.
Mine doesn't work.
Maybe not walking.
Well. Mine doesn't work all that well. I tried out.
So as long as your stepometer works great on your phone, this app will work great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. So we're going to go to the most important section of this show, and that's the best places to eat after your hike. Today we're going to be showcasing a little known pizza place in the Red River Gorge area in Slade, Kentucky, near the Natural Bridge. And that's a little place we like to call Miguel's Pizza.
That's right. Miguel's is very good. It's probably some of the best tasting pizza I've actually ever had, and I wish there was one here in town, but...
They use a wood-fired oven, and they bake it fresh right there. And you can put anything you want on these pizzas.
Yeah, they have about 30 ingredients. More than any place around here.
I put black beans and broccoli. You can get chicken and ranch. And what is it that you got?
I got rice. You can get white rice on there, too. I always thought black beans and white rice would go good together. I am a stickler for the same old pepperoni, bacon, and jalapenos. I like that mix. Sometimes I go without the pepperoni, but bacon and jalapenos are such a great mix on pizza. But everybody's different on pizza. That is one thing that everybody's completely different on. But we all know we like it. I am not the biggest pizza freak. It upsets my stomach, but for Miguel's, I make an exception. I try not to eat much pizza, but when I go up there, I eat it.
And basically, whatever you want, whatever you like, Miguel's has you covered.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to give you a little info on this place. The owner of this place is named Miguel Ventura. He is from Portugal, and he was born to a family of bakers.
That's where my wife is from. She's half Portuguese.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was actually an artist, and he actually got accepted to the Rhode Island the Rhode Island School of Music and Art, but he unfortunately had to decline because of financial reasons. In 1984 is when all this started, in the 80s.
The 80s, that's right. Everything did start there.
He rented an old rundown store called the Old Jottin' Down Store, which he opened an ice cream shop called the Rainbow Door. At some point, he decided to start making pizza, and Miguel's Pizza was born. It was family-owned, operated for the longest time, and because backpacking and hiking and rock climbing are becoming a natural phenomenon, craze, there's more and more people getting out there, business is booming for them. They do close down in the wintertime, in early parts of December, but the thing about that is they just cater to the backpackers, the rock climbers, and
those times of years, there's not a lot of hikers out there, so they shut it down.
Right.
Which makes sense.
You can also get backpacking and hiking gear there. It's very limited, but you can get headlamps.
I got me a sticker.
Stickers, T-shirts,
Miguel's Pizza
merch.
Sticker. Put it on my car.
The really cool thing about it, though, is they're on a really piece of flat land, pretty good acreage, and they'll let you camp out back there for free.
Wow.
So, I've been there many times before, and you get the real deal there. You get the people that walk in, and you know they've seen some stuff.
Yeah.
And
I've been there twice.
I was a little intimidated the first time I went because we were just getting into backpacking at that point. And now I think we can actually fit in with the crowd a little bit more.
Yeah, and you can buy your pizza however you want. Buy slice, buy half a pizza. We usually get half a pizza, which is 4 slices.
And then I end up eating everybody else.
That's true. Somehow he's able to eat more pizza than I. He's my body weight in pizza when we're up there. I don't know how he does it, where it goes, but...
So if you're... It all goes to muscle.
Yeah.
So if you're all ever in the Red River Gorge area, visiting the Natural Bridge, definitely stop into Miguel's Pizza. You'll be pleasantly surprised about how awesome it is.
It's very good. Highly recommended.
So, fellow adventurers, I want to thank you all for tuning in to this podcast/YouTube video. It's been a pleasure having you here. I hope that your morning and the rest of your hiking adventure day is filled with excitement, beautiful views, and, it's a very safe trip.
Very safe.
So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll be posting when and where you can listen to our audio-only podcast. We'll definitely be uploading it up to our website, and you can download it natively for free from there at www.knightsofthetrail.com, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you guys out on the trail.
I did want to talk and say that this is our first podcast. We have many more planned, and we have many more things to talk about. We're going to talk about all kinds of different kinds of gear that you should use on the trail, maybe some deals, healthy snacks, all these kinds of things are coming. Promise. Maybe our podcast will be longer. or shorter, depending on what we have to talk about or what's going on in our lives. But we will be trying to get to you as much as possible with as much information as we possibly can.
Right, and that's a good point. We want to hear from you. So please leave any questions, comments, or suggestions in the comment section below in this video, and we'll be sure to answer them in our next video.
Oh yeah, anything you want to know about but you don't want to do the research, just type it to us, we'll do the research, and then we will let you know in the next podcast.
All right, until next adventure, I want everyone to stay strong and hike on. We'll see you out on the trail.
Bye.